Skipper, your charges, brother. Your gun came back clean, so we ain't gonna worry about that.
Are the cops allowed to
So
shoot
when
for guns drawn, by the way?
necessarily
Yeah, man.
discrepancy
Yeah.
with
If,
one-time session pharmaceutical drug without a prescription.
sorry, I couldn't hear you over his beautiful voice.
I said, what specifically is your discrepancy about?
Oh, I'm trying to understand his. I want to pick his brain a little bit. That's all.
Okay.
It's not about charge, about his perspective.
He made the call and seen that you're.
Yeah. Because like I could have killed those two cops. I'm trying to understand why he still shot after I said, hey, we're just driving away. We want no trouble, and he still shot.
What? Yeah, that's a real fucking foot.
He'll for sure explain himself when he gets up here.
All right. What is the total?
All right, appreciate
Mr. Alfonso, I must say it's about time you got caught.
$1,000 fine.
You've been wanted for too long.
Cut that down to.
Interesting.
Do you know who wrote your warrant? Do you want to know?
You did probably.
Nope.
Who?
All right, my boy.
Do you remember who you held up at the toll lot?
Toll lot. No, I don't.
No, you did.
Deputy Jeffrey Boyardee.
Oh, that's right. I still have that warrant. Oh,
Deputy Jeffrey Boyardee wrote a warrant for your ass.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
What's
You
your
do
name,
not.
bitch?
You don't cross Boyardee. That's the first warrant and probably last warrant he's ever written.
Leo
See, I'm doing
Sparks.
positive things out there right now. I'm making this guy do actual police work.
Wait till I
With
see
an
you
S.
out there.
No way.
I'm gonna hold a right hand peek on your bitch
I'm
ass.
sure he's smiling somewhere
we'll
from above.
see.
He will. When I text
Alright,
him that
I'm
you got
sending you
caught,
up,
he will
buddy.
be
You good?
smiling.
All right,
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
Alright, take it away.
All right, brother.
See you, Ella.
Sorry,
Yeah,
bad
boy.
leg. How much
Fuck
time
you,
did you get?
Skipper.
What the hell?
What could I help you with, sir?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Not good.
Okay. What's going on? What can I help you with?
So I want to understand, okay? Should I have shot Jeb and Peach in those alley? Was that the wrong move? Did I make the wrong move?
No.
Okay, so I'd end up with the same shootout when I was trying to run away. I was telling you, I yelled at you. I was like, we want no trouble. We're leaving. I know you wanted to negotiate, but I was like, I don't have time to negotiate when honestly I can't trust a PD. I'm making sure they don't do anything silly, right? So I just held them up, put them against the wall. I get in my car and I drive out, and I see you in the alley. I said, we don't want trouble when we drive out, right? And you yell, we might get shot.
Well, I said you're gonna. I said if you keep driving, you're gonna get shot. That's
Right,
what I
but
yelled.
why?
Because you just held up 2 police officers and then didn't try to negotiate whatsoever. You're armed and dangerous, driving away
I
without.
did.
Even
I said we
speaking
want
about
no trouble. That was my negotiation. I drove away though.
Well, I don't think that's really. With all due respect, sir, I don't know if that's enough in a negotiation.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So if I said, hey, let's negotiate, I don't want to get shot, and then I give you back your cops, you would not shot me?
If there was a good faith negotiation.
No. I want to
there's
hear yes or
definitely-
no. I want to hear yes or no. Because what do you mean good faith? Because I didn't hurt him at all. I just held him up and left. Right? It's similar to a hostage at a bank. I didn't do anything to them.
but
I
let me
didn't
ask you a
rob them. I
question.
didn't
If
take their
you-
gear. I didn't take the radio. If I
If you
robbed
go
them,
into
sure.
a bank, right? If you go into a bank and you run out without negotiating with us, and we know that you're armed and dangerous, you okay?
Yeah, I just got to send the plague. Yeah.
If we know you're armed and dangerous and you run out of a bank, we can shoot you there too. If you don't want to negotiate with us before doing anything, you took somebody hostage. We know you got guns. You don't want to negotiate. We're gonna open fire. And that's kind of how I see this situation as well. Obviously, it's a bit more severe with cops. Odds are you would have been heavily. I mean, we would have been 100% super aggressive. But if you did make a good effort to negotiate with me, there was definitely a chance that we wouldn't have shot you. I don't automatically shoot just because you hold us up if you want to make a negotiation.
Okay, so I don't have my weapon. I'm trying to flee. We come out of the tunnels. We're trying to get in the car with Jojo's car. Why did we get shot there though?
So I told everybody to warn everybody that if they didn't stop running, they would be shot. The person that was in the car, that apparently he was GSR negative. I wasn't there at the scene yet, but I did hear that there was somebody later that was GSR negative that was just a pickup. He absolutely should not have been shot. If he was, he shouldn't have been. But if the people that were there that held up cops, you had the opportunity to surrender at that point after you negotiated. I told the officers on radio,
right, but I had the
warn them
opportunity
if
to
they
kill
don't
5
stop,
cops, and I
shoot.
didn't. And that's what comes down to it. Do I start doing that? Because that's where you're taking me. You're taking the path of I should probably shoot first, then find out
Well,
afterwards.
no, but then you see what happens there. Then that's a totally
it doesn't
different
matter.
situation.
It's about the principle though for me, right? It's about the principle. Do I run away or do I shoot? I prefer to run away because I don't want things to get bloody every single time. But if I know,
once you hold a cop hostage, I mean, you know, things are a little bit different. It's not like you just like ran away.
But
and we started shooting
but your
at you.
point is saying that I should negotiate with you. That would have been that would have saved me from things escalating to a shootout, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is okay. I want to do that, but in the past I've been shot for it. So it's like, what do I do here? Right?
I mean, I understand that as well. I mean, you have my word. I can't say much else for anybody else, but if I negotiate with you and I tell you you are not going to be shot, you are not going to be shot. I will not go back on my word on negotiations. I will tell you very bluntly and honestly, if there's no way you're getting out of it without getting shot, I will tell you that honestly as well. I can't talk on what other people have done. I know some people like to use trickery to save a suspect, or a hostage, but that's not me. You have my word that if I'm ever negotiating with you, that you will have my word. If I say we're not going to shoot, we're not going to shoot.
Okay.
There definitely has been times in the past where people have negotiated despite holding up cops because, like Cassie said, holding up a cop is treated much more severely. I think a very small amount of people believe that if they hold up a cop, they won't get shot. I think it's something that is either expected or, you might feel as if that might happen, but not making any effort, whilst I do understand your, pre-established experience, but not making any effort and just running leaves it all up for interpretation on our end, and we will just go to the default.
I get that, but it would have been easier for me. Shot Peach and what's his name?
Jeb.
Jeb in the head and just drove off. I would have got away. I would have easily got away, right?
You could have, or it's all hindsight after the fact. Maybe you got away, maybe you didn't. Maybe you ended up in the same exact scenario. But we can tell you, like Cassie was trying to say, if you shot the cops, obviously you would have gone shot 100% from that. You chose to not shoot the cops, but you also made the conscious decision to not try to negotiate by any means.
Right, but the cops, I didn't take their radios, I didn't take their guns. They could have easily told them at that point. They weren't. When I was driving away, at that point, they could have told Peach and could have told me exactly what happened. Like I said,
the standard set forth by the PD is if officers are ever held up at gunpoint or shot shot at, held up at gunpoint, guns pointed, that's as serious as it gets. I
understand that. What I'm saying to you is now I get that, and my response will be different. But I don't want my response to be that way, because if it goes down that way, it's gonna get very bloody, and I'm gonna end up in the grave, and some of you end up in the grave, and I don't want to do that. But at the end of the day,
I don't think anybody wants that. I promise. No. Nobody wants the shootout. We truly, I mean, myself and the people here are truly about preservation of life. I really think the best way to explain it is like a bank robbery. Obviously, it's more severe with cops, but a bank robbery, the reason you get out without being shot is because you ask for negotiations for free passage. If you guys don't negotiate, the default is going to be to open fire after holding up cops. I did tell people to give the warning to let everybody surrender after you guys left the train tunnels, or you would be shot as well. I tried to give as much warning as possible, but at that point, honestly, if you guys aren't going to stop and negotiate, like, that is going to be the response. And I'm not going to lie to you.
I see. Okay. It's just when you asked to negotiate, I was already driving up at that point, right? So it was kind of, for me, it was like, we want no trouble. That's it. That's all we said. You can have them. We want no trouble. And then I drove off. That's what I yelled to you when you were in that Cadillac, right? By the alley. So.
Yeah, I get it. It was a tricky situation. I'm going to be totally honest with you too, Sebastian. I didn't even hear you speak out of the truck. I'll be honest. Unfortunately, it went down the way it did. I wish it didn't. I wish nobody had to get shot, and I wish we could have went about it better. Hopefully next time. Hopefully there isn't a next time. But if something like this happens again, we can actually have a conversation on the scene so it doesn't escalate.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Sebastian, I hope you have a good rest of your day, okay?
You as well, pal.